YouTube, what's up, and welcome back to part 8 of the FireRed Omega Hardcore Nuzlocke. Today is going to be the most action-packed episode of the playthrough thus far, so if you're all about the sweaty, intense battles, this is the episode for you, buddy, so lock it in. Now look, we're going to quickly recap a couple things here before we jump into the action, as I like to do this at the start of every episode to kind of reflect upon what happened last time out, and then also set the stage for what's about to go down today. Now, so far in this playthrough, there's been a couple episodes where we've had like 2 noteworthy fights that have gone down. AKA, a noteworthy fight is something that's kind of capped behind the level cap, right? So today, for the first time in the playthrough, we are going to have 3 fights like that. First of which is, and all of them are going to go down right here in Saffron City, so we're not even going to have to go anywhere for the next hour and a half. So sit down, grab something to drink, and enjoy the show, baby. Now look, the first one is going to happen here inside of Silph Co. Actually, the first 2 will, of course. First, we're going to battle Gary in Silph Co. And right after that, it's straight on to Giovanni, who's also located in Silph here. And then after that, we're going to beat both those guys down. We already know their teams. We fought both of them 2 to 3 times each already in this playthrough. So, of course, they're going to have probably some slight adjustments to their team, but we already know what those clowns got. We don't know anything about Sabrina, and now we know Sabrina has psychic types, but that's it. Psychic Pokemon are very powerful, and things are going to probably get a little shiesty against Sabrina. But I got a little surprise in the PC for that, which we'll go over here shortly. And actually, if you saw last episode, you already know what the surprise is. But let's go ahead and adjust the team real quick and get ready to fight Gary. I did previously step into Silph towards the end of last episode because we had a little bit of extra time. And I wanted to grab the card key so that when we go back in there, we can now explore all the floors and grab a bunch of items and stuff like that. But of course, as I always do, in between every episode, I gave a bunch of rare candies to not only the Pokemon on the party, but the Pokemon here in the box. And I got everybody up to level 50. In addition to using the rare candies, I also write down on a piece of paper the level up moves that they learn, and I like to recap that as well for anybody, you know, that wants to play this game for themselves, right? You might be a Hitmonlee fan, for example, and you really want to know what level does bro learn attacks. If you really want to know, of course, why would you not check Cerebi.net? Why are you going to listen to me? But just in case you do, I wrote the moves down for you. So good news is, I know this is a very tedious process, and people probably fast forward through it, and I don't blame you, but good news is this list is going to get smaller and smaller every episode because now that the Pokemon are level 50, this is kind of the point in every Pokemon's level up learn set where they pretty much finish learning new attacks, right? From here on out, especially after you pass 60 and stuff like that, it's just using TMs is the only way to get new attacks. So this may be the last time in the intro that I actually have to spend a couple minutes going over this. And last time there was about a dozen Pokemon to talk about. This time there's only 5, so it's just going to take a quick minute. We'll start things off here with Poliwrath, who at level 49 learned Super Power, which I took over Water Gun, because this is an Adamant Poliwrath, by the way, which we caught in the Safari Zone. Was pretty cool because we could have had a lot of options in the Safari Zone, but this is a Nuzlocke, so I could only catch the first thing, and it was a Poliwag. So we evolved it into a Wrath, but because of the Adamant nature, you can see almost a double difference between attack and special attack there. So, we don't need Water Gun. I do have the HM for Surf, which I'll probably slap on over Double Slap, but it's not going to do much damage at all due to that really bad special attack. Next up here is the aforementioned Hitmonlee, who at level 46 learned Mega Kick, which I took over Tackle, obviously. Tackle sucks. And then next up we got Umbreon here, who at level 36 learned Feint Attack, which is this was the thing I was teasing about, by the way, for Sabrina. So you get the free Eevee in Celadon City, and I went ahead and used a Moonstone on it. Eevee, you can use a Moonstone and Sunstone in this game instead of leveling up via Happiness. So they made that a little bit more accessible. Now, it learned Feint Attack at level 36, which is only 60 base power, but it can't miss. That's the difference between Feint Attack and Bite. Bite is better when you're a fast Pokemon because you can get flinches, 30% flinch chance. But Umbreon's really slow, and a lot of Psychic types are fast. So I'm probably going to click Feint Attack more than I click Bite, unless she has a Slowbro or something that I could flinch. talking about Sabrina. Because Feint Attack, you know, if the Pokemon start spamming Double Team, at least we can still always connect our attacks, which is very important. And speaking of, I should use that Aerial Ace TM on Charizard, but whatever. The fourth out of the 5 Pokemon to talk about is Persian, who at level 49 learns Slash, which I took over Growl. And last, and certainly least, is Magcargo. You know, maybe Bro's going to become useful eventually, but I haven't even used this the whole time. But Magcargo at level 48 learned Rock Slide, which I took over Rock Throw. So, this Snorlax here is also going to be a very, very good Pokemon for the team. But I don't have the Shadow Ball TM for it yet. I haven't taught this thing any moves. We did get a Careful Nature last episode, which was kind of cracked. Honestly, probably the best thing I could have got for a Snorlax. And he came with the moveset of Rest, Snore, Body Slam, and Sleep Talk. Honestly, once I have enough money to afford Shadow Ball, if I just put that on over Snore, this is a full moveset right here. I don't even need anything else. Maybe Curse if I could figure out how to get that, but unless he learns it, which he probably doesn't because he's already at level 50, we probably won't be able to get Curse Lax. But that's alright. We can go with Rest, Sleep Talk instead, and then 2 attacks. So, okay, speaking of Snorlax though, we do need to go do something real quick actually. And I do a fly on my Flygon. So I just said we were going to spend the whole episode in Saffron City. That was a lie, because I'm about to fly out of here right now. But we need to head back to the gatehouse out here on Route 11, because now that I have 30 Pokemon in the dex, we can get the item finder. With the item finder, we go back to Celadon, right here where Snorlax was sleeping, right? And if you use the item finder right on the spot where he was sleeping, you can excavate a free copy of Leftovers that are buried underground there. And you can, of course, actually get 2 copies of Leftovers underneath both the Snorlaxes, but the one out here on Route 11, we didn't even wake up yet. And this is a Nuzlocke, so I can't even catch it anyway because of duplicate claws. And then, while I'm thinking about it, because I'm going to forget in the next couple minutes, in terms of money, how much? Okay, I have 55k. That's not quite enough. I think you need like 80k to buy enough coins. Like, $80,000 equates to like 4,000 coins, which I think is the price of Shadow Ball, Ice Beam, Flamethrower, and T-Bolt at the game corner. I mean, we could fight all these scrubs, but they probably give you like $5 each. Okay, I guess I fought this guy. I probably haven't fought anybody else on the route, though. But honestly, it's kind of a waste of time. If we do bump into him, cool. But I can't catch him on Route 11, by the way, because I did the first time I was down here. I don't even remember what it was. But that don't matter. Really? I thought there was an item buried in the rock. Alright, let's fight this old man real quick. Maybe we'll get 10k off him, but this is not Emerald Rogue, so that ain't gonna happen. Oh, it's Dirk Nowitzki. Nice. This Voltorb. Let's Fire Punch this thing to the dome. Imagine it has a Focus Sash and just clicks Explosion and gets a crit. And I lose my starter just like that. That'd be tragic. And a Magnemite. Speaking of Fire Punch, this is perfect for this thing. Alright. Oh yeah, I also kind of forgot to outline in the intro what happened last time. I had way too many things in my head of what I wanted to say for the intro. And I always do that and then I forget at least 1 or 2 like important things to say, but obviously what occurred last time was we woke up Snorlax with the flute at the start of the episode, and then we flew down to, or not flew, but we took the cycling road down to Fuchsia City, checked out the Safari Zone, of course, to get the HM for Surf, and then absolutely dominated Koga and the poison types. I did lose him on in that fight. It was Xatu, which was kind of tough because Xatu's cool, especially with. I've grown to like Xatu a little bit. It's a shitty Pokemon, but I've grown to like it a little bit because I've been playing a lot of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Blue Rescue Team, and Xatu is a very prominent character in that. Right, I always go to Charizard for Fly, but I put it on Flygon. Alright, let's go get these leftovers, and then we're gonna go have a conversation with Gary again. I still hate Gary because right before the Celadon gym, like the second, not Celadon, but Cerulean gym with Misty, right? Right before that fight, we have to fight Gary at the Nugget Bridge, of course. And he took out 3 of my Pokemon. And it was notable because 2 of them were Weeping Bell and Pikachu. Which, you know, grass and electric type, that would have really helped against Misty. So, I hate Gary because of that. And we're going to go beat his ass again. After I grab these leftovers real quick. Perfect. This whole playthrough, by the way, I've only had 1 hold item this whole time. And that's because I found the black glasses and we put those on for Alligator to boost up Crunch. I might have to give those to Umbreon for the gym fight. By the way, how much does Shadow Ball actually cost? It's not this one. Gotcha. Oh, it's the most expensive one at 4,500. Nice. So that means I actually need 90k cash. I'm only halfway there, man. Again, I could technically cheat because I have a whole bunch of rare candies in my bag. That's the only item that I'm adding to the bag, by the way, is just rare candies. Everything else in here, I've either found it or bought it in the playthrough. But I'm adding rare candies in between episodes. Well, because I use them all in between episodes. But we do still have to rip a couple during the recordings, right, to top everybody off before, like, gym battles and whatnot. But everything else in here I've bought or found. So technically, you know, if I really wanted to save time and get Shadow Ball, I could just sell a bunch of rare candies, but I don't want to do that. I want to actually earn the cash and earn the items like the right way. So the question is, can we get enough money before fighting Sabrina? I don't know. Now, yo, what's up, Elite Gamer? Good morning. How you doing today? First, we gotta fight Gary, then Giovanni, and then we're gonna cap off today's episode with Sabrina. So it's gonna be a bumpy ride. And I think, because we know Gary's team, right? I think Sceptile needs to sit on the bench for this one because Jinx would probably OHKO it with a single Ice Punch because I'm Rash Nature. So Sceptile goes to the bench, and who comes in its place? Who would help against Jinx? Ninetales would, because it's probably bulky enough to live a hit. I'm Relaxed Nature. But yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty good defenses here. So I think we bring Ninetales back for this fight. Now, last time we fought Gary was over in the Pokemon Tower in Lavender Town, right? And he had a Golbat lead. He's had a Zubat Golbat the whole time. And that's kind of like his lead mon to replace his normal flying lead in Vanilla, which is Pidgeotto and Pidgeot. And then after that, he also had like a Houndoom, which I'm going to need Flygon for to Earthquake that Houndoom. And apart from that, yo.
The Elite Gamer _ just raided with 1 viewers.
Thank you. I appreciate that, man. I hope you had a good stream. I guess if you're raiding, that means you must have been streaming something. So let me know in the chat what game you were playing. All right, so we're gonna need Flygon for the Houndoom. Electabuzz I'm gonna lead against Gary because again it's probably just that Golbat lead. Flygon can take care of Houndoom, and then in the back he has, well, Jinx was his starter, right? If Electabuzz was my starter, Gary took Jinx. But not only that, you know, he also has an Alakazam too. So he's got the 2 Psychic types. Zardo and Ninetales can probably deal with Jinx pretty easily, and Metagross can deal with both of them as well, Jinx and Alakazam. But the problem with Metagross is my moveset. I don't have Shadow Ball on this thing, or even a Steel attack, right? So, but the good thing about Jinx and Alakazam is they both have really, really bad physical defense, so Strength is easily going to be a 2-shot. It might even OHKO either one of them, depending, because this is a Lonely Nature Metagross, so I got that 165 attack already. So it's pretty crazy, man. You were playing a randomizer Nuzlocke of Soul Silver? Okay. I'm about to check that out after I get done recording today. Do you post to YouTube, or is it just like the Twitch VODs? Because hopefully, like, if you have the Twitch VODs available, I'm gonna go back and watch that. But if you have a YouTube, I'd rather watch it on there to support that better. Because Twitch VODs are only temporary. But yeah, that's dope, man. A Soul Silver Nuzlocke, let's get it. Okay, yeah, so that's what I do too. Because, you know, the VODs only stick around for like a month or so on Twitch. That's why you got to put all this stuff on YouTube, man. It'll last forever on there. That's awesome. Yeah. What's your YouTube? Is it the same username? I'm definitely gonna go watch that after this. All right, Gary. Let's do this, man. Well, I mean, I know you're not gonna have your latest episode up on YouTube yet, but all right, let's explore a little bit in Silph, because we do have the card key. And I also, the only two things I did in Silph last time was I got the card key and I opened up the access to the healing bed, right over that other warp on the 3rd floor. The only thing is I can't explore Silph too much because I also don't want to overlevel. We need to make sure we stay underneath 53 for Giovanni and for Erica. So let me go ahead and take this warp over here. We already fought that guy, of course, to get the card key. Okay, that's your team in the game, and you only have 2 gym badges. That's crazy. Oh wait, I'm already back on the 3rd floor. I forget these warps. That leads to the 3rd floor as well? The heck's going on? I want to... There's one room in here somewhere that has like 3 items in like the top left corner. I want to go grab those. We already been to the 5th floor. I'm just cycling back and forth between the between the 3rd and 5th floor. It's kind of pathetic. Alright, this is nothing. That's a crazy team for a Nuzlocke with only 2 badges. Alright, yeah, this one has 2 items as well. It's HP up, which we'll definitely take. And an X special, which does not matter. Again, I do kind of want to fight some of these scrubs, but got to be careful we don't overlevel. There's an item over here. Let's go grab this. Okay, iron to boost up our defense. Not bad. Now, is this the floor with... No, it's not. Let's see where this warp tile goes. Actually, I don't even want to fight that guy. That actually just put me right next to where I was. This warp right here leads to this warp. It's kind of crazy. I'm gonna keep taking the stairs then. This is not the right floor either. Am I tripping? I could have sworn... Yeah, there's only one more floor. Oh, maybe this is it. They're in the bottom left corner. I thought there was a room with a bunch of orange crates in like the top left corner of the floor. And there was like 3 items. Nah, it has to be. I remember that. Let's Psychic Yoshi here and get rid of it. Obviously, I could probably fight all the Rocket Grunts in this. And, you know, and not hit level 53, but... I just really want to make sure I don't overlevel. Another rare candy, nice. An Ultra Ball, okay. Well, that's it, because this is the last floor, but there's nothing here. There might be like a Rocket Grunt. Okay. I don't remember if there's an item in the corner. I feel like there is. He's got 5 mons with a Lanoon. That's kind of sketch. Because Lanoon does get Belly Drum extreme speed, but probably honestly should die to a T-Bolt. It's not a big deal. Perfect. Lanoon is the threat. We don't want to deal with that thing. This is like Lanoon 2.0. Actually, it's the other way around. Lanoon is a much better Furret, so I guess you would consider Lanoon being like Furret 2.0. Because Furret was the OG, right? Came first in Gen 2. And then Gen 3 gave us Lanoon. I've never liked Furret though. Shit Pokemon. Zigzagoon is way cooler than Sentret, and Lanoon is obviously better than Furret. You got a Torkoal in the back. I mean, I could still easily two-shot this with Psychic or T-Bolt. I want to preserve the PP for Psychic, but I guess I'd still have 10 left over after this. Oh, right, we can go heal in the bed. So actually, it doesn't even matter. Just go for T-Bolt. Actually, Oko's Torkoal because he has really bad Spidef too. Okay. What is this? I don't even remember. It's a zinc. So we found like every medicine item here. It's pretty funny. Now I'm really curious about which floor has that room in the top left. I know I'm not tripping. Okay, here's the one with the bed though, so let's just heal up while we're here. I just entered it from the other way last time. Or it's not even the beds. You talk to the girl that's like in between the two beds. Well, we'll take a quick heal. This will be the last fight before Gary. I don't remember where that other floor is, or where that room is with the other 3 items. Whatever. It might even be a different Pokemon game that I'm thinking of, but I could have swore it was this one, man. Because it's like all the containers in the boxes are like all the way in the top left, but underneath them there's like a triangle shape. There's like 3 Pokeballs that are kind of in the shape of a triangle at the bottom part of all those crates. Anyway. Maybe that's in Johto. Alright. Oh, not the electrodes, bro. This thing's gotta go. Anybody that has self-destruct and explosion in a Nuzlocke is a goober threat. Okay, he just goes for Sharpen. I had to hold my breath there for a second. What's his face? Koga had one of these too, which oddly enough clicked the same thing. It clicked Sharpen. But I feel like, well, first of all, that's to boost your physical attack, so it probably was going to click Explosion next turn. But same thing against Koga. All he did was click Sharpen. He never clicked Explosion. But I'll guarantee you that guy had that attack. That one, who knows, because it's kind of like a regular grunt. But I would bet you any money that Koga had Explosion or Self-Destruct on his Electrode. And I'm glad I did not find out, because I would have lost a Pokemon to that. Alright, I'm just going to go back and fight Gary at this point. Because I do got to keep in mind the pacing of the episode. We got 3 major fights to get through, and not a lot of time to do it. So we're going to head back down to the 3rd floor and take the warp right here to get to Gary. Also, I could probably put the leftovers on somebody. Not super important for this fight, but I mean, I have them, I might as well. Probably just on Metagross, the bulkiest guy that I got. But eventually, also, what about berries, though? Because Metagross is slow, and you might get, like, confused or put to sleep by Jinx. And that's actually who I'm going to use against Jinx. So what do we got here? We got Persian Berries for confusion and a couple Chestos. I don't even remember, because Jinx has, like, both the kissing moves. Like, one that puts you to sleep and one that confuses you. What's more annoying? I don't know which one it's going to have now. It might still have both. It might just have one of them. I feel like confusion is more annoying, but I also really want to... You don't get access to a lot of berries in this game, so I kind of want to save all these for the Elite Four. But again, it's a Nuzlocke, right? You shouldn't save anything. It's like an all-hands-on-deck situation. But I really don't have any berries. I'm going to go ahead and save them all. We're just going to lead Buzz, and hopefully that Golbat is still in the lead, and we'll just go from there. Alright, Gary. Round 3, round 4, maybe even round 5, depending on how you look at it. Because, of course, you got to fight him once in Oak's lab. I did fight him again, I think, on Route 22, just outside Viridian. 3rd time was around Nugget Bridge. 4th time was SSN. 5th time was Lavender Tower, so technically this is like the 6th fight. And he now evolved his Golbat into Crobat. That's a threat. If I don't... I should Oko with T-Bolt though, right? There's no way he lives this. But his thing is EV'd to like always live it with a few HP. Okay, this... Oh, I get a crit. That's clutch. Because I've had problems trying to OHKO his Golbat in the past. And then it goes for Confuse Ray, and it's really annoying. Here's the Doomer. I think, I mean, Flygon OHKOs with Earthquake. I think we just hard switch into it. Not too worried about a Flamethrower. Why do you switch that into Electabuzz though? Like, what do you even have for me? Just Fire Blast? Okay, this would be really bad if I get burnt though, because then I would not OHKO. But he does not burn me. Nice. And I'm faster, so EQ. Okay, I'm a little surprised that I'm faster, but I don't remember what nature this Flygon was. Well, I think it was just quirky. I thought maybe I was hasty or something, but okay. Do you think Zam has Ice Punch? Is that why he sent this in? Because why would you not send in Jinx? You know what I mean? Kind of sus, buddy. But I mean, this is what we have Metagross for, right? We can hard wall Alakazam. Why would you not send Jinx in against a Flygon? This thing has to have Ice Punch. Goes for Trick, but he fails. Why does he fail? I have an item. Maybe he doesn't? Okay. That makes no sense. But I'll take it. we switch in without taking damage, but why is Trick failing? Well, Trick fails if he doesn't have an item, and like both Pokemon have to have an item in order for Trick to work. Okay. He has an Ampharos. I don't even remember him having this last time. But Psychic, oddly enough, is still probably stronger because it's a stab attack than these two. Even though my physical attack is much higher than special. So this should be a 2-shot. Really? He hits me with the T-Wave. That's kind of annoying, but I guess I could try Strength, but I don't think... Also, I could just hard switch back to like Flygon, right? Outspeed, kill it with an Earthquake. The problem is Jinx is the last Pokemon and it comes out after that. Which I could just hard swap Ninetales against Jinx. I really just brought this Ninetales as a sack for this fight. I'm probably going to slightly switch up the team for Giovanni and bring a couple water types instead of Ninetales, and probably Zard as well. I mean, how much do you even do with a T-Bolt? I'm just going to stay in and Psychic again. Oh, he's got Fire Punch. Shit. That's so bad. Okay. Thankfully, Metagross is bulky as shit, though. I didn't even think about that. Of course he learns Fire Punch. I'm an idiot. Alright, we're going hard Ninetales on a potential potion. I don't even know if bro has potions. He does not. And I have Flash Fire because I'm Shiest. And I have Quick Attack, but honestly I should be faster. Yeah, even with a relaxed nature, it's an Ampharos, you know what I mean? Alright, Jinx is going to get barbecued by a Flash Fire boosted Flamethrower. Easy money. Unless it has some cheese, right? If you put me to sleep and shit like that, it's going to be weird. But I'm actually faster than your Jinx, which is kind of funny. How? I'm a relaxed nature. I know I got some EVs from using this thing, but does bro have like a quiet nature, or what kind of Jinx set was that? Brave Jinx? What are we doing here, Gary? That doesn't even make any sense. Alright. Jinx and Ninetales are like, oh, I forgot to swap out Sceptile Sprite. My bad. I do this every time. I just looked over at OBS. I hate when I do that. I wish I was smarter about it, but it's too hard for me to multitask, man. And now it's irrelevant too. I'm gonna put Ninetales above my head on the party tracker, and I'm gonna go swap it out right after. That's on me. That's on me. My bad. Meowth, Metagross, Ninetales. Okay, that was the party for Gary. Anyway. By the way, can I get this free Lapras real quick? Hold on though. I might need to have space in my party though. Huh? That's not a Lapras. Oh, what's up, D? Morning, baby. Why did bro just give me a cast form? Cast form is ass. Hell no. It might be holding an item though. Speaking of items, I kind of want that item. All right. Let's go adjust the squad for Giovanni. Because that fight will be harder than Gary's dumbass. Wait, what if what I was thinking about was on floor 2? That's like the only one I didn't check. No, it's not. This chick over here gives you like a Thunderwave TM back in the day, though. I wonder, or actually, no, she's like a move tutor for Thunderwave, I think. It's not actually a TM. Alright. Dominate this potato real quick. Hit level 52. I think it was Thunderwave, if I remember right. Hey, thank you, big dog. I appreciate it. Alright, Giovanni. We're coming for that ass in about 5 minutes. Get ready, buddy. Let's punch this scarecrow with a frozen fist. Get him out of here real quick. Obviously, these are going to be Okos due to the level difference. You're supposed to fight these scrubs, you know, earlier, but... This is a hardcore Nuzlocke, man. You already know I'm hitting that level cap before... I've already lost so many Pokemon on this journey. I really want to win this. Again, even though it says on the bottom of the screen, attempt number 2, this is my first time ever trying a Nuzlocke in my life. But I did lose to Misty. But I didn't want to quit and give up there. It's like losing so early on. If I got to the Elite Four and lost on the first attempt, I probably wouldn't have touched this game for a while. But the fact that it was so early on, it was only the second episode where I lost to Misty. I was like, you know what? Those 2 episodes are still going to be in the YouTube playlist. But episode 3, fresh start from the start of the game, and we go all the way back until we beat Misty. So that's why it was a much longer episode. You do still teach T-Wave. Such a good attack, man. I'm going to come back for that later, like before the Elite Four. Maybe. Is there any items down here? No. I didn't know that guy could see me. I thought he was behind the wall. Alright, well, before I fight Giovanni, here's the thing, right? Like, I need to level cap to 53. I don't need to, but if I do level cap to 53 and anybody hits 54 against Giovanni, they are then ineligible to come to the fight against Sabrina, because both Giovanni and Sabrina are capped at level 53. So I don't even have to be careful. I need to beat Giovanni. All hands on deck situation again, but if anybody grows a level, which they probably won't, unless there's a Pokemon on my team that gets like 4 KOs, and even at that, I don't even think they grow a level. So we'll top everybody off with a rare candy. It's actually kind of good that I'm fighting these guys. I really need cash, man. I gotta buy Shadow Ball before Sabrina. And actually, you know what? With that being said, I probably should just fight all these guys in here. I don't know where you get an amulet coin in Kanto. That's what I need, is an amulet coin. Then we can get our cash flow going. But without the amulet coin, it's pretty hard. Like every single trainer I've beaten, I haven't even looked at how much money they're giving me, but it's usually like 2K in a game like this. Yeah, 2016. I don't want Electabuzz to get too far past 53. I'd rather use a rare candy to get him there. So I'm going to switch in Gator and go fight some of the rest of these scrubs. But we've gained 10K since the start of the episode. We started at 55, now we're at 65. So let's fight this guy, because he keeps spinning around and looking at me every time I walk by. He wants this action. Oh, we're going to slap the shit out of him and take his cash. He's got this tiny little Cubone. Easy money, man. The Surf. Now for Giovanni, usually bro has a lot of ground types and a Persian. That's like always what his team is. So I'm probably going to bring that Poliwrath that I just caught. And also I'm probably going to bring Ludicolo, because I can get Surf. Or, I mean, I can put Surf on everybody. I'm going to put it on Poliwrath too, but probably never click it. I think I'm going to bench Zard and Ninetales for... I mean, I could bring Sceptile too, but Sceptile's moveset, he just has like Leaf Blade, Thunder Punch. I think we bench Zard because I don't want bro to get hit by Rock Slide and get KO'd. But we benched these two in favor of those two water types, Ludicolo and Poliwrath. You fight too, big dog? You do. Okay. So let's do that. Also, I need to look up some other TMs here on Cerebi. Which, I don't know what else I could find. You trace Torrent, that's not a big deal. I'm gonna look on Cerebi over here and see like the list of TMs. What else is useful like for Sabrina? But there isn't really any good because like knockoff is not good back in, well really back before like, what was the buff, like Gen 6? Maybe Gen 5, but the first 4 gens knockoff was just terrible. Well, it was always 20 base power. Once it got buffed to 65, then it actually became a useful attack. Whatever. You would have recover. But honestly, yeah, you don't win that 1v1 unless I get full FireRed. So I don't know. I feel like Giovanni's gonna have a lot of rock slide guys, so Zard's gonna have to sit that one out. Even though like Zard would probably be a good thing to bring just because his flamethrowers are so strong. It's too sketch though. And the other thing about fighting Giovanni, right? Dude. I was gonna say, please hit an attack before this duck goes for recover. This one still won't kill it either. He's gonna live with like 5 HP. But the thing about fighting... Oh, yeah, it does. Once you beat Giovanni, all the other Rocket Grunts leave this place and you can't battle them anymore. So this is kind of like the only chance to get cash. I could also still go through the fighting dojo. Let me do dojo first. I gotta go heal all this paralysis off. And then I could do dojo because that's also low level. And so we could just OHKO everything in there with Zard. I just gotta make sure. Okay, Zard's still at 50, so there's no way he would hit. There's no way he'd hit 54. There's only 5 trainers in there. But mainly I want to do it for the money. And I'm curious if you do get a Hitmonlee or Hitmonchan. Because last episode, the reason I already have a Hitmonlee is because right outside the dojo there was another NPC who gave us a gift Tyrogue. Which of course can evolve into any of the 3. Right? Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan, or Hitmontop. I guess for anybody who doesn't know, while I'm just beating up these trainers and not even paying attention, because Wing Attack's going to OHKO everybody. For anybody who doesn't know how Tyrogue evolves, because it evolves 3 different ways, once you reach level 20, which is when it evolves into one of the 3, it depends purely upon the stats, and actually only 2 stats, physical attack and physical defense, determines how Tyrogue evolves. So... if the physical attack stat is higher than the physical defense, you get Hitmonlee. If it's the other way around and the defense is higher than the attack, you get Hitmonchan. And if those 2 stats are equal, like they have to be perfectly identical, both attack and defense, it will evolve into Hitmontop. So a little fun fact for you. Now, 99% of Pokemon fans already know that, I get it. But you know there's somebody out there that doesn't actually know how Tyrogue evolves, so just for that person, I got you, man. I'll tell you how it evolves. Alright, Wing Attack should destroy everything in here, and this is just like free cash, which I desperately need. Hopefully they give like at least $1,000 each. Not even. Less than 800 is really bad. But now we're invested, so let's do it. Plus, I can get some, like, physical attack EVs for Zard. It's not bad for the wing attacks. This Charizard is funny, by the way, because it is a Jolly Nature. So, Jolly Nature, of course, boosts speed and lowers special attack. Again, everybody knows that, but just in case. So this Zard is really better as a physical attacker, even though special attack's still probably on par, because it's naturally a higher stat. But the only reason I even mention it is because later in the game, you might see me click Flamethrower or Dragon Claw with Charizard, which are both special attacks, and be like, wait, why did that do 0 damage? Actually, I'm probably going to ask that question because I'm going to forget. And I'll be like, dude, how did that Flamethrower do less than half? And then, oh, there is still Pokeballs back there. Okay. So if I say that in the future, and I get confused / angry, why Flamethrower didn't do any damage. That's why, because I'm a Jolly Nature. And of course, I still have Dragon Breath and Dragon Claw as well. So all three of these attacks are special. The only physical attack I have is Wing Attack, but I wouldn't be surprised if special attack's still higher. Yeah, 118 over 107. But if I was not Jolly Nature with that 10% reduction to special attack, it would probably be like 130. You know, maybe even like 135. So this Charizard is a lot weaker than it would normally be. What are you gonna do, man? At least I get a little bit of a speed boost off Jolly, right? And at the end of the day, even if I'm slightly weaker, if I can go faster, or if I can go before the opponent, I'll take it. So. And you know what? I think I found a Calcium in Silph. I'm about to give that to Zard real quick. If Bro can even still take it, he might already have too many EVs on him. Because the medicines, I know in some Pokemon games, once you crest 100 EVs in a stat, even though you can still go all the way to 252 per stat, right? Once you crest the first 100 EVs, it says that you can't use the medicines anymore. I know that's been a thing in some Pokemon games, maybe not all of them, especially like the future ones. You know, like in Scarlet Violet, you can just rip 25, like 25 Calciums in one swig and just absolutely max out special attack. And same for anything else, you know, like 25 Carbos. Well, I guess that would only give you 250 because they're 10 EVs apiece, but you get my point. You can get the last 2 EVs with a couple feathers or whatever. And then, but back in the day, if you try to use it once they have more than 100 in a stat, it'll just say that it doesn't work. And that's actually the only one that I did not find, actually. That's kind of funny. So we have... hold on. X Special, get this out of my bag, man. So we have HP up. We have Protein for the physical attack. We have Iron and Zinc for both defenses, and Carbos for speed. The only one that I did not find in there was a... why do I have a Thick Club, by the way? Throw that on the ground, too. The only one I did not find was a Calcium for Charizard. It's kind of funny, but whatever. Wait, could I have walked past this guy if I would have went down and around? I didn't even know he walks forward like that. I thought you had to engage with him. I could have potentially snuck right past him and scored another free Pokemon. I mean, I guess I'd still get one of the two, right? Between Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan with the balls behind him. But again, I already have a Hitmonlee because I already got a Tyrogue, so I guess I'll take Chan just to see if it has a hold item on it. Full disclosure again, because this is my first time playing a Nuzlocke, I'm probably breaking some rules. Again, not intentionally, just because I don't know how people normally consider the static encounters. But to kind of help me out on my first go around here, this is gonna have Intimidate, huh? I'll go for Flamethrower. I'm gonna allow myself to get all the static encounters that I can, just to have a bunch of options in the box. Because I'm gonna lose more Pokemon than you know people normally do in a Nuzlocke, just from being ass. How are you still? Oh, you're at level 39. That's why. Like, how are you still slower after an Agility? So I already got a static encounter here, right? With Tyrogue. Isn't Chan on the? Yeah, Chan's on the right. We'll take this one. Never gonna use it though. I'm just more so curious if it was holding an item. Because maybe. Also the cast form. We gotta check cast form. Okay. Let's do that real quick. And then I need to adjust the team in preparation for Giovanni. By the way, I know you guys saw it in the intro, but I still have a Pichu in the box. I've rare candied this thing all the way to level 50 and it has not even evolved yet into a Pikachu. That's kind of crazy. I want that to happen so that I can give it a Thunderstone and make it a Raichu and then actually have it be usable, but it's still just a Pikachu. Or I mean Pichu holding a light ball. Oh, Chan had a black belt. Okay. Well, this is the wrong screen. I need to go to move items. Cast form doesn't actually have anything. You know, in Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, you get cast form with Mystic Water. at the Weather Institute. But let's just bag the black belt. I guess I could give it to somebody too. That's not bad. Cloyster, I kind of want to save for Blaine. This would be good against Giovanni. Actually, this would probably be really good against Giovanni because of the physical defensive stat. Because Blaine, like, being water ice, I'm neutral to fire, and I have really bad SpDef. So actually, if anything, I think now it's time to use Cloyster. We caught this thing at the very start of the game. Actually, like, in Pallet Town with the fishing rod. Do I bring Wrath or Ludicolo then? Maybe Wrath. But anyway, that Cloyster, it was a shelter for the longest time until I could get a Water Stone, like, by the time I made it to Celadon. And I didn't even evolve it till last episode. Ludicolo. Ludicolo is also neutral to fire, being water grass. So maybe we bring him now over Zardo. And I just need to give both those guys Surf. Let's see. TM case. I'm also kind of curious what other TMs I have. I'm gonna look at that real quick. Ludicolo definitely needs Surf because bro has such bad... Look at this moveset, man. I do have Fake Out, which is kind of fire. There's no way I'm running around with this moveset, man. That's crazy. And all the times, like, I leveled this thing up to probably like 45 before I evolved it into Ludicolo. It was a Lombre for that long and never learned a good water or grass attack. I do have Giga Drain, but I'm not going to waste it on Ludicolo because honestly, bro's probably not surviving this battle, let's be real. Steel Wing for Zard is interesting. But again, that's to counter like rock types, which you never want to be in that matchup anyway. You should just switch out. Probably going to put Aerial Ace on Zard at some point, but I'm just saving it because it's the same power as Wing Attack. So maybe somebody else will get better use out of Ace. Shockwave. Nah, this is all bad. Let's give Cloyster Surf as well. Yeah, Cloyster learned Ice Beam, that's right, and has Bubble Beam Protect. There's no point in having Tackle. There's no point in having Bubble Beam either if I'm learning Surf, but Bubble Beam can at least do something over Tackle. Yeah, I'm not going to bother with any other... Alright. Just need to adjust sprites this time, which I forgot last time. So let's swap out Ninetales and Zard. For Cloyster and who? Oh, Ludicolo. I don't even think I have either one of those sprites, so I might have to go download them real quick. No, I don't have Cloyster. LMN. Laleep. Larvesta. Oh, I do have Ludicolo. Shice. Okay. Let's get Cloyster then. And then, who do I lead with against this guy, though, is the question. Honestly, probably one of these two water types. I'll just leave Ludicolo out there, I guess. Whatever. Because, you know, there's a very high chance he leads with, ground type. That's like Giovanni's specialty. Alright, Cloyster for Zard swap right now. Okay. Gator, Metagross with the lefties. Oh, right, I got a rare candy everybody up to 53 as well. Well, not yet, not yet. I might fight some more Rocket Grunts. 73k, but I need 90 to get Shadow Ball. That's gonna be so lame to fight Sabrina without Shadow Ball. You know what? Instead of using all these vitamins that I just found in there, what if I sell them all? Because don't they sell for like 5k? Yeah, because it's 9,800 to buy them, so they sell at half price for 4,900. Wait, this is actually... Oh, that's gonna get me there. Okay, we're good, we're good, we're good. Yup. Okay. So we can afford Shadow Ball. We don't really need it for Giovanni, I think, right? Let me see other TMs. I'm looking at the list here on Cerebi. What else could I get right now that would even help? Thunder at the power plant. Of course, I haven't even been there yet. Because I didn't have Surf, obviously, the first time. Or you know what? In this game, you don't even need Surf to get the power plant. It's actually kind of cool. Psychic we already got here in town. Sludge Bomb is funny too. Physical attack back in Gen 3, and I think Metagross learned Sludge Bomb, but of course that's located on the Sevi Islands. Can't even get that till post game. Which sucks, because Sludge Bomb is actually a good attack. Alright. Yeah. I don't think I need Shadow Ball for this fight. I'm just gonna wait till after Giovanni and go buy it. Probably put it on Snorlax over Metagross until I can afford a second one. So let's do this. But now we don't need to fight any of these clowns though. Who's in front? Okay, Ludicolo, that's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and do the rare candy thing right now though, because we're not, you know, I'm not actually gonna fight any of these scrubs. We're just going straight to them. Hold on though, there is actually one. There's one unavoidable, I'm pretty sure, unavoidable grunt in front of Giovanni. Where are we at on time, by the way? Just about approaching the 1 hour mark. That's actually not bad pacing. We're gonna be good here. I don't remember if this guy's avoidable or not. He's not. Okay. So we gotta do this first, and then we'll top everybody off to 53. And again, if anybody grows a level in this battle, they will be ineligible against Sabrina. So hopefully Ludicolo and Cloyster can do a lot of heavy lifting, because I wouldn't bring them anyway. Well, maybe. But what I really need to try to avoid, again, gotta win at all costs, but try to avoid, well, actually everybody. Flygon, I was gonna say Flygon and Metagross especially, but Feraligatr has Crunch too, so I really need that against Sabrina. I gotta try to avoid all those guys getting level ups. And Electabuzz too, my starter, you know. Electabuzz isn't gonna be that clutch against Sabrina, probably. It's fast. But I have no way to hit Psychic type super effectively with Electabuzz. I need Flygon for the... Flygon also has Crunch, but I need it for the really strong Earthquakes against Sabrina. I need Gator with the Crunch and the Black Glasses. And I need Metagross because of the defensive typing. So all three of those are going to be really good against Sabrina. Is there a hidden item over here? I never remember. Oh, it's a Revive. Something I literally can't even use. You know what? We're just going to toss this Revive on the ground and let somebody else find it and use it. Because this is a Nuzlocke, man. If a Pokemon dies, they ain't coming back. They're getting put in the graveyard. Could anybody use this Black Belt? No. Metagross has Brick Break, but he already has leftovers. Alright. Might as well pull this Max Potion to the top since I gotta go all the way up there anyway. This game doesn't work where if you're at the bottom of the bag, you can click down and then it'll go all the way back up to the top. It don't work like that. Newer games it does, but in this game you gotta, if you're at the bottom, you gotta scroll all the way back up. Alright, let me lock in to make sure I don't do too many candies here. And I'm gonna hope that Ludicolo and Cloyster can do this whole thing, just the two of them. You know, probably not, but I'm gonna try. That way it'll help. At least if they can take out half of his team, then with only 3 Pokemon left, there's no way anybody would get to 54. But for example, like if Metagross ends up KOing all 6 of Giovanni's Pokemon, yeah, he's gonna hit 54, and then I can't bring it against Sabrina. Probably a good thing that I did not bring Snorlax here, because I think I'm going to put some Shadow Ball on Lax. And then Umbreon and Snorlax are going to have to be MVPs against Sabrina. I think we'll be okay, honestly. And now, again, you're now seeing why I do the rare candy thing in between episodes, because right now we're only doing 3 rare candies a Pokemon. If I had to do 15 of them, like it would have been per Pokemon, we'd have been sitting here for an hour doing this. Ain't nobody got time for that, man. Well, I mean, I have to make the time to do it, but on the YouTube recording, right, the audience does not have time to sit through an hour worth of rare candies. Alright. Sorry for all the flashing on the screen. This game was kind of annoying with her candies. If you don't click the button quick enough, it shows that screen, and then it's like they eat the candy. It's the same with teaching TMs, but it's really annoying how it flashes back and forth. But anyway, I think we're going Ludicolo. Let's just get it. And the sprites are correct. Okay. For once, I actually remember to do it. You can keep clicking the button here, and it says the door is open. No shit, game. Giovanni, what's up, boss? We're back for round 3. I know we just fought him underneath the game corner, but I'm trying to think if we saw bro anywhere else before that. Oh, he leads with a Houndoom. Well, I guess that's good for Ludicolo, but I don't think he had this Houndoom last time. I don't remember that. Anyway, free damage on Fake Out. It's going to do no damage, but it's free damage. That actually did pretty good damage, I'm not going to lie. Hopefully it'll help Silph pick up a KO, but again, Ludicolo is insanely weak. So I would not be surprised if Houndoom took this. Okay. Ludicolo is really only good like in rain with a Life Orb. That's like the only way it can dish out damage. Is this guy an idiot? Why would you send out a Pokemon that's slower than Ludicolo when I just clicked a move that's 4 times super effective against you? Are you good, Giovanni? What? Like what? I guarantee you, whatever he sends out next can and will take a Silph. But he sends out one of the slowest Pokemon in the game, Rhydon, to take a Silph that is 4 times super effective, which is going to obviously one-hit KO it. Okay, this might not take a Silph either, but at least it's faster and it could just KO me with Sludge Bomb. It's not faster. Well, there was like a chance it could be faster. Nidoking's also kind of slow, but he doesn't take the Silph either. I don't know why he went to Rhydon, man. What are you doing, bro? That can live a Silph. and it's faster too, but honestly, I take a Dragon Claw from here. That didn't do shit. This must be an Adamant or Jolly Flygon. Silph also doesn't do anything either, but it doesn't matter. Rock Slide, let's see if that does more than Dragon Claw. It does way more, and he flinches. So this has to be like an Adamant or Jolly Flygon then. Because, okay, so you talk about Dragon Claw and Rock Slide, right? Dragon Claw 80 base power, Rock Slide 75 base power. So Dragon Claw is slightly stronger, but kind of an irrelevant difference. But Dragon Claw gets an additional 1.5 times boost in power because it's the same type attack bonus as his Earthquake, which is definitely going to kill me, even though it's not very effective. Okay, this Flygon's ass. But Dragon Claw was essentially 120 base power attack, whereas Rock Slide was only 75, and Rock Slide did more damage. Rock Slide is physical, Dragon Claw special. But because they're both neutral hits, wait, am I faster? I can get Absorb off for a little bit of damage. Actually, a lot of damage because Cloyster has bad SPDF. This Ludicolo is going ham right now. I did not expect this. I died Ice Beam though. Appreciate your services, Ludicolo. I could have actually preserved it. That was kind of dumb. Well, I kill this with T-Bolt, obviously. Is that the play? Probably. I'm trying to think what else I could revenge it with. But honestly, T-Bolt's the best option. He's at such low health, like, I probably could have killed it with Crunch. Let's just do this. That's a guaranteed KO. Anyway, you know what I was talking about Flygon, right? 120 base power Dragon Claw, because 80 times 1.5 from Stab. Versus a 75 base power Rock Slide, because it's not Stab, also neutral. Of course he has the Persian in the back. I forgot about this. This thing would probably just kill Buzz. Like, if he crits a Slash, which, you know, Slash has a very high crit ratio, that would kill me. This is what Cloyster's for. I have a huge physical defense stat. Unless he's like a random special. Okay, he has Double Edge, which is way stronger than Slash. That actually would have OHKO'd like a Buzz. I kind of want to scout to see what else you have. This is the only time I'm ever going to click protect, so why not do it? You have hypnosis. That's... Damn, I wish I would have had a berry. And you don't try to hypnosis again. Perfect. Shadow Ball doesn't do anything. It's a physical attack as well. And Surf 2 shots from here, so we're good. Well, I didn't know that. I was just guessing. But, you know, I've been playing Pokemon for over 20 years. I know damage calcs for days. Alright. He misses the one hypnosis, and that's easy money against Giovanni. All we did was lose Ludicolo. Again, sucks. Ludicolo, one of my favorite Pokemon from a design standpoint, but everybody knows Ludicolo kind of sucks when it comes to battling. But let's talk to this guy. Hook me up with a free Master Ball here. Thanks, boss. Alright. Unfortunately, we're going to have to go to the PC right now and deposit Ludicolo, but I could have saved it, right? It was on 6 HP, and there was no reason I had to leave it in against Cloyster and click Absorb. I just felt like doing that. That was a complete waste of a Pokemon, though. Whatever. Add it to the graveyard. First time I've shown off the graveyard this episode, so it's probably kind of a good thing. We got a lot of Mons here. But you know what? They did not go down in vain. They're all going to help me. They helped me get to where I am, and we're going to win the run because of their sacrifices. Okay, Cloyster does not come against Sabrina. Really bad special defense. I think I'm going to bring Lax and teach a Shadow Ball. We need Metagross, we need Gator, we need Flygon. Do I really bring Electabuzz? The only good thing is he's fast, but like T-Bolt's just neutral. Is there any Psychic types that are weak to anything that I have? Because again, first 3 generations, right? So there could be Medicham, there could be Gardevoir. Gen 2, she might have a Xatu. Oh, she might have a Wobbuffet. Oh, hell no. Wait a minute. Let me go get Shadow Ball, but how do... If she has a Wobbuffet, am I cooked? Like, do I just lose him on? I want to get out of here for the intense music, though, but... I think she has a Wobbuffet. Why would she not? One of, if not the most troll Pokemon of all time. Wobbuffet. Absolute joke of a Mon, because you can't switch out on it. Although... in future generations, ghost types do not get trapped. Is this the team I bring? Because I'm going to adjust the sprites right now so I don't forget again. But how do I deal with Wobbuffet? Because I have Toxic from Koga, but I haven't taught it to anybody. I guess, because that's the thing. As soon as Wob switches in, you can't even switch out, so... yeah, it's not even worth worrying about. I'll just have to deal with it when I get there. Because that's the thing, right? Normally I'm going to bring a Pokemon to sack, but you can't switch out against Wob, so... Whoever is out there when Wob hits the field, you just got to deal with it. Like, if Electabuzz gets hit with a Mirror Coat, I die. Because I have 4 special attacks. Oh, we might be so cooked. I'm not going to do the rare candy thing yet because I gotta find Sabrina first. I gotta hit all those stupid teleports. I'm going to put Umbreon in front because it's not at level cap. Neither is Snorlax, but... let me get on the bike, by the way. And just ride back over there. Wait, did I... okay, I did hotkey it. So we now have enough money to afford a copy of Shadow Ball. You know what? I think this is the team that I'm going to bring, by the way. So I need to download Snorlax and Umbreon. Well, actually, I might have the Umbreon sprite. Hold on. Let's add Snorlax over Cloyster. And while I'm in the folder, I can look for Umbreon. No, I don't have it. Okay, Snorlax. Umbreon. Umbreon would replace Ludicolo. RIP Ludicolo. And is this correct? I think it is. Now against Sabrina, I might actually put some berries on. Because she might have some annoying... Well, what would she have? She's going to have probably Hypnosis. Probably Confuse Ray. A lot of Psychic types do get Thunder Wave. I guess if I predict a Thunder Wave, I could hard switch Flygon. Umbreon also has Synchronize, which is kind of funny. Those are some insane defenses right there. And the Rash Nature actually boosting my special attack is kind of nice. Alright, let's go buy Shadow Ball. Let's get all the way to Sabrina. You can potentially bob and weave all the trainers getting to Sabrina. I always forget the order of the puzzle, though. I usually just go straight up and down until I get there. Alright, we got 100k, so we can definitely afford it now. We need to get all the way to 4,500 coins, which is crazy. I think that's 90k. But again, absolutely 100% worth it to get Shadow Ball and Snorlax. If I can keep this Snorlax to the Elite Four again, I think it might be able to hardwall Agatha. Apart from anybody on her team having Focus Punch, but that, you know, I'd spam Shadow Ball every single turn against all those Ghost types. But Agatha, originally, right, there's only one Ghost type line in Kanto with Gengar. So normally when you fight Agatha in the Elite Four, she actually has like all Poison type Pokemon, but calls herself a Ghost type trainer. Because she has like a Golbat and a Arbok, along with a Haunter and a Gengar. Like, everybody there is a Poison type, but she's like, yeah, I'm a Ghost specialist. No, you're not, bro. 4,500, we're good. But in this game, right, there's going to be a whole bunch of Ghost types. Well, not a whole bunch, but she'll probably have a Sableye. She'll probably have, who's the Gen 2? Misdrevious, right? But anyway, let's not even bother, because that's a long ways away. And again, if we wipe to anybody in this game, you know... Oh, Umbreon can also learn Shadow Ball, it doesn't matter. Stab Dark attacks. But anyway, if we ever wiped to anybody like we did to Misty on the first attempt, the run is over. And we don't even get to keep going to the Elite Four. I don't want Snore, yeah. So, we don't need to be thinking and prepping for the Elite Four right now. We're a long ways away. Alright, no hold items getting attached until we get to Sabrina. Then I'll think about it. And I'm going the wrong way. Shiest. That's also the wrong way. No, it wasn't. Okay. I thought I was in the next spot down where it's like a dead end against the building. As I crashed my bike into the building. Nice. Okay. Not even going to bother to try to remember the order. I know if you go to one of these two over here, it actually gets you there quicker. But I'll probably step on the wrong one and it wouldn't be worth it. So I'm just going to keep going up and down. Eventually it will get you there. I think. You might have to cross over at some point. But then getting out of here is much faster because... Oh, see, because yeah, you'll end up in this room a lot quicker. And then if you just go to the bottom right corner, that's how I got here. Yeah. So, okay. I didn't remember which one it was, if it was top or bottom. Plus, there's no reason to fight these idiots too, because we might lose a Pokemon along the way. This is a Nuzlocke, man. Ain't no reviving anybody. Okay, and we're here. Easy money. Now, items. Again, I don't really want to use any of these berries, though. Because you can't, this is not like hoeing. You can't just plant berries and grow them. This is all I got. And I really want to save, especially the two Persim berries, the Lumberry, and like Chesto and Cherry. I want to save all those. I don't really care about saving Pecha and Rost, because those statuses aren't as bad as, you know, getting put to sleep, being completely incapacitated is the worst. Actually, frozen is even worse, because you don't defrost. But anyway, I hate getting paralyzed. So Cherry Berry and Lumberry I always use to get over paralysis. And Confusion, if Confusion is any indication of how this playthrough is going to end, it's going to end sooner than we want it to. Because I've hit myself in Confusion every single time, man. So annoying. So like those four berries, Chesto, Cherry, and then Persim, Lum, I really want to save for the Elite Four. And speaking of, you know, Pecha and Rost, I mean, I guess there's Will-O-Wisp. Like, Gardevoir could have Will-O-Wisp, I think, back in Gen 3. And Pecha, not many, well, everybody learns Toxic, but it's kind of whatever. But Umbreon being synchronized is funny, because I could pass off a status and then cure that same status. But again, I'm not going to waste my Lumberry on this guy. Now, we could also give Umbreon leftovers or black glasses. And you know what? Because bro is so bulky, I think I'm going to give him the lefties. And in this playthrough, if a Pokemon gets KO'd, I'm still going to, you know, take the item off him before I put him in the graveyard. So I don't mind slapping the lefties on Umbreon. I don't even think it's going to survive this fight, but it might. Actually, before I jump in here, I should do the rare candy thing too. But I think that's it. I could give Metagross the black belt, but why? It's why would I ever click Brick Break in this fight? Alright, Lax is going to be clutch because his gargantuan special defense stat. I could probably leftovers on Lax would be pretty good too. I ain't gonna lie. That's also tempting. Hyper Beam is hilarious. I'm not taking that though. But that's really tempting. I guess because Lax has Rest and Sleep Talk, like I don't even need to give him a Chesto Berry because I have Sleep Talk. But because he has Rest as a way to recover HP, I'm gonna leave the lefties on Umbreon. But eventually leftovers would go on Snorlax for like later in the game. Oh, Moonlight. Oh, hell yeah. Over what? Honestly, over Bite. The only reason I would even want Bite is if she had something super slow like a Slowbro, because I could outspeed that and flinch it. Which she probably does, but I kind of like the idea. I'm keeping Quick Attack and Feint Attack for sure. But Moonlight's also really, really good, man. Really good. So it's between Bite and Confuse Ray. I think she is going to have a Slowbro, so I'm going to get rid of Confuse Ray. I'll probably never click it anyway. But again, if she has theoretically 6 Pokemon faster than Umbreon, then Bite is completely pointless. And against anything that's faster, I will just click Feint Attack in case they spam Double Team or Minimize. Alright. Okay, everybody is at 53. Sprites are good. I'm just making sure everything's good before I jump in there. Because once I get balls deep in the action, I don't even pay attention to anything else. Like on OBS if I messed up sprites or whatever. So Umbreon, Gator, Metagross, Lax, Electabuzz, Flygon. Okay, we're good. Not bringing Zard here is also kind of crazy, I just remembered. Because I benched Zard against Giovanni, but I probably should have brought him here. Zard would have been better than Electabuzz. This Electabuzz is naive nature, keep that in mind. So I have a 10% reduction to my special defense. It's still decent though. But really this guy's so fast that he's just going to come in and revenge kill stuff. But he can't really sit on the field for too long because he'll get blown up by a Psychic. So the hope is that Electabuzz does not even hit the field this battle. And now that Umbreon has black glasses, maybe... I mean, now that Umbreon has Moonlight, maybe I don't do leftovers, I do black glasses. Nah, I'm just gonna go like this. Because Umbreon can stick around for a very long time with black glasses. Sabrina, how you doing this morning? My name is Dude. It's nice to meet you. I'm interested in attempting a battle today for my, what is this, sixth gym badge? I probably should have thought that through better, but who cares? But anyway, I got an Umbreon who's going to sit here and absolutely destroy all your Psychic types. Let's do this. I had a vision. I had a Psychic power since I was a child. Sabrina was kind of shy in the anime, by the way. I never watched the anime back in the day. But, like, the one clip I did see of the anime, it was like Sabrina bending a spoon. And she, like, transformed Ash into, like a small version, and they were stuck in, like, a dollhouse or some shit. I don't even remember. But it was, like, a small clip that I saw. It was kind of shy. Sabrina has the most swag out of, like, any of the gym leaders. Mainly because she's a freak. But But for sure, out of all the Kanto gym leaders, besides Lieutenant Surge, Sabrina's up there with like the most swag in Kanto. It started when a spoon I carelessly tossed bent. I dislike battling, but if you wish, I will show you my powers. Well, I like battling, so I think we know how this one's gonna turn out. We're gonna smoke Sabrina. Okay, she leads with Mr. Mime, aka Mrs. Mime. How can Mr. Mime even be female, by the way? It doesn't even make sense. Gotta change the name. Would I be faster than Mr. Mime? I might as well try. No, he's fast. Oh shit, Calm Mind. Wait, you can't even hit me though, huh? This is still just a regular Psychic Mr. Mime. It's not Psychic Fairy. There is no Fairy types in here. That actually did a shit ton of damage. That was kind of funny. What are you gonna do after a C? Oh, is this thing gonna pass the CM? Actually, should I go to like Metagross right now? Is Metagross faster than Umbreon, by the way? 88 versus 95, not by much. Wait, I didn't even... Did I teach... I did. I thought I forgot to teach Shadow Ball. I was trolling so hard right there. Okay. I almost trolled. Wait, this thing's actually going to pass the CM, isn't it? That could be problematic. Because even though I'm doing good damage here, also it's going to sit in here for too long. Oh, this thing is a problem. It might have screens. Well, if you're CM... I don't think you'd have screens and Baton Pass. Then you wouldn't even have a single attack. It has to have some kind of attack. Interesting, bro. Interesting. I think because it could keep CMing potentially and just not... I wouldn't even be able to kill it with Umbreon special attacks. I think I have to go hard lax. I gotta smoke it with a Shadow Ball right now. CM number 2. Unfortunately, Lax is slow as shit, so he won't be able to outspeed this thing. And I'm gonna take a big hit from Psychic, but let's just go for it. You do have Reflect. Well, now we actually don't KO it. Oh, that's so close, bro. But wait, she might waste a potion. Actually. Yes, perfect. That just stalls out your own Reflect. An extra turn. And this is still a 2-shot from here. Because that did over half. Imagine if I'd have got a crit. I feel like this thing has Baton Pass, but then you wouldn't have Light Screen, so it's going to be like... That makes sense. Calm Mind, Reflect, Psychic, and Baton Pass. I'm just trying to think of like what's the cheesiest set that Mime could have. Do I go for Body Slam, try to get a cheeky paralysis? Nah. There's the BP. I knew you would have that, dude. Into a Guardy. Reflect is up, so this doesn't do that much. Oh, I'm gonna take so much damage from Psychic, bro. Do I just go Metagross to resist? But Lax has... Lax's defenses are so massive. I mean Spidef specifically. 123 on Gross with 166 HP. Snorlax has 100 more HP. And like 35 more special defense. But Guardy's at +2, bro. Oh, this Psychic's gonna hurt so bad. And the problem is I don't kill it with a Shadow Ball. So Metagross resists Psychic, Lax doesn't. His stats are better, but he doesn't resist. I think we go here. But, again, this is the best mid-ground play. This also has +2 special defense. Oh. You just clicked Wish? I could have actually just stayed in, bro. Why is it spamming Wish? You don't have an attack besides Psychic? It has to have Psychic. It has... Okay, Reflect's already gone. Here goes Wish, and it's at +2 special defense. Okay, well, I'm not switching until you show me how you can hit me. But I can't kill this thing. Because it has +2 special defense and it can sit here and wish forever. The only thing is Reflect is gone now. This is really annoying. You have T-Bolt. Okay. Electabuzz has Volt Absorb, but you're at +2 special defense, so that doesn't make any sense. That does way too much damage, bro. Way too much. The wish comes true, of course, but this is such a bad situation right now. I should have slapped Toxic on Umbreon. It'd be GG's for Guardy. Do I get a free switch to Lax because of Wish? I feel like I might. But Shadow Ball doesn't OHKO. We know it did like 40% with Reflect Up. I could also Moonlight here. We can just stall each other. I need to find a good time to get back into Lax. This is really annoying right now. I wasn't expecting like a CM Baton Pass off rip. Once I saw Mr. Mime, that was like the first thing that popped in my head though, was Baton Pass. I mean, what's the point of even attacking here, because you're gonna heal it all. Yo, what up? I'm locked in a tough battle right now with Sabrina. It actually just started, like nothing has happened. Even if I attack right here, the wish comes off at the end of this turn. So there's no point. The damage I'm going to do here is irrelevant. But also, Guardy's going to fire off another T-Bolt. But again, I can't go Electabuzz because it's got 2 Calm Minds up. So I take 0 damage from T-Bolt, but I get blown up by Psychic and O-Code. Oh, Flygon comes in for free on a T-Bolt. But then I lose it. Would Flygon take a +2 Psychic? Probably not, but I could outspeed it and do a shit ton of damage with Earthquake. You're not clicking Psychic here because I'm an Umbreon. So it's going to be another T-Bolt. Yep. Yeah, I feel like I die to a +2 Psychic. But something has to happen here. Also, Guardy might click Wish. No, not at full health, it won't. This does way over half, but the start of the battle, all that you missed was Mr. Mime got up 2 Calm Minds. Yeah, I might get blown up here. Mr. Mime click Calm Mind twice and then Baton Pass it to a Gardevoir. So yeah, that's +2 special attack, +2 special defense. Flygon gets absolutely fried. Is Metagross faster? So there's no Wish up. She might Potion, which would give me 2 free hits. Snorlax can take a +2 Psychic. Obviously, Metagross could too. Interesting. That sucks, bro. Flygon was going to be so good against Blaine next. The fire types, right? With that Earthquake. Okay, maybe in Potion range. Metagross, the problem with this is I don't have a Shadow Ball yet. Or more importantly, a Steel move. So just Strength and Brick Break. Snorlax can tank it and kill it with Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball also 2 shots if she does decide to Potion. But taking a +2 Psychic is probably gonna do over half. This is so sketch, bro. And then how do I even rest Snorlax? Okay, didn't even do half. We're good. No matter what she sends out next, even if it's Alakazam, it won't be as strong as +2 Gardevoir. It's stronger than regular Gardevoir, but it's not gonna have the boost. Okay, Mr. Mime, we're gonna kill it. Although it's gonna get Reflect back up. But that's okay. Excuse me? Sabrina, are you okay? Did I just see that correctly? You send out Mr. Mime just to Baton Pass and give me a free... Are you going to do it again? Is the AI broken? I've seen stuff like this before in Pokemon Emerald Rogue. Where they, like... The AI trainer keeps sending out the Pokemon and then they switch every time. And just give you a free hit. And then when you get the kill, they send that same Pokemon right back in just to switch it out again. Why did you not click Reflect? Or Calm Mind or something? Why did you come in, Baton Pass, die, and then send it back out? Hey, Sabrina, if you want to do that again, you know, I'll take it. She potions this time. Okay. Shadow Ball's a 2-shot unless you set up a Reflect. But Espeon is a goober threat. You just gave me a free KO on that thing. And actually, Shadow Ball Okos. The reason it didn't last time was because of Reflect. Yo, she might be ass. Gengar. Wait, what is this even going to do to me? Also, you know, I have rest at some point. I'm just waiting to, like, until I take a hit again. Gengar can't even touch me. Okay. Well, that's funny. I should have predicted that. That's like the only thing Gengar can really do to me. Well, we got a counter for this, Sabrina. You got the sub. Well, there's only a 33% chance I actually pull a Shadow Ball here. Wait, what? I wasn't even looking at the game. Did I just wake up on the first turn? Huh? Okay, I'm going for rest to get back to full. Yeah, he can't even touch me. Psychic, Sub, and Hypnosis. I really did wake up on... That's really weird. Okay, free HP heal. This is going to take a while before I can... I'm not going to pull Shadow Balls, let's be real. It's only at 33% odds. He can't do shit with Psychic, and his other move is probably Shadow Ball. Okay, that did a lot because it was a crit. Once I get Spadef dropped, I might have to switch out with Lax. Please get it. Okay. Let's try it again. That Shadow Ball did way too much. I mean, Psychic, because it was a crit. There's no way I woke up on turn 1. That was hilarious. Alright, well, she's going to still have Alakazam in the back. There's only one more Mon we don't know about. I pulled Body Slam, which is not great. I gotta be safe and rest again. I really just want to click Shadow Ball, but I kind of can't. This Gengar can't really touch me. So who else is she going to have besides Alakazam? So Mr. Mime is dead, along with Gardevoir and Espeon. Dude, a free kill on Espeon was like the craziest thing in this battle. Also, one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. Like, I don't know why she did that. Alright. I'm getting very lucky here with no special defense drops from Psychic. So I can't even, you know, I can't lie about that. We're getting super lucky. Right as I say it, now we'll probably get it. Really? Okay. One time, give me the Shadow Ball, baby. Come on. Hey, there it is. And actually, you know what? I'm in range where I'm just going to click Shadow Ball. The only, I mean, it's probably going to substitute again, but I'm going to wake up this turn, obviously. But worst case scenario here is that the Psychic gets the special defense drop. And if that happens and Alakazam comes out next, it might actually be able to KO Snorlax. But if I get special defense dropped, I'll just go to Metagross. So you go Psychic, no sub. So I'm going to kill Gengar with Shadow Ball. And no drop. Damn. I'm getting super lucky these last 2 gym fights. After the first like 3 or 4 gym fights, everything went sideways and wrong. But these last couple gym battles, the luck's been in my favor. Alright. Oh, you have a Jinx too? Okay. So, damn, there was actually no Medicham or Wobbuffet. There's no way she doesn't have an Alakazam in the back. I think every gym leader has had the same ace Pokemon that they normally have. No, because Koga had Crobat, which obviously he doesn't normally have in Kanto. Every other gym leader had the same ace though. Onix, Starmie, Raichu, so on. So Jinx and one more in the back. So maybe Medicham, maybe... I was most worried about Wobbuffet more than anything. I think I just rest here, right? I don't see what... Okay. That's annoying. Imagine if I predicted that and clicked Sleep Talk. But I think it's got to be Alak. There's no way Sabrina doesn't have an Alakazam, man. No way. I'm sorry. Jinx used what? Huh? Jinx used Psycho Boot. Okay. Ain't no way. Sabrina's a hacker, confirmed. Ain't no way you just pulled Psycho Boost. And I pull Rest, which is awful, but I can live a hit. Body Slam is hilarious. Can I live another hit to get a Rest off, though? I think I can, because your special attack's cut in half. I pull Shadow Ball, though. That's gonna OHKO. And we don't live a Psychic from Zam, no way. I have to go Metagross now to deal with Zam. Assuming it is. Please don't be Wobbuffet. Okay. I lost Flygon, though. This is so bad. Also, Umbreon can probably deal with Zam, too, but if Alakazam has Calm Mind, I can't deal with it. It has to be Metagross here. Psychic, that's not gonna do shit. It would have killed Snorlax, though. I had to get out of there. Do I go for the face? But Scary Face doesn't even have 100% accuracy, though, right? 90. But she can't reset the speed drop because this is her last Pokemon, so she can't switch it out. Scary Face is tempting, but I'm hoping Strength is like a 2-shot. Let me gauge the damage. You also have Thunder Punch. Okay, so maybe you don't have Fire Punch then. That does a lot. Alakazam is so damn strong. Okay, I think we win. Yeah, no healing. Don't paralyze me and make this take longer for no reason. He crit. Are you okay? Woo! Bye, Sabrina. You took my Flygon though. I'm salty. I'm salty. But we smoke her at the end of the day and we get the Marsh Badge. Oh, dude, losing Flygon is tough, man. Okay, up to level 70. I know. That crit right there, I'm saying. Oh, that was so sketch. Imagine if Alakazam had Fire Punch. The crit would have killed. Okay, Calm Mind's a good TM. Oh, jeez, man. These fights are so intense. And we lose Flygon with the Earthquakes. Well, Blaine's coming up next, of course, but we have an army of water types in the PC. That sucks, bro. This was such a cool mon. Levitate was great for covering for Electabuzz's ground weakness, having a Levitator. Oh, I still have Charizard though. But this Flygon naturally learning Earthquake was so big, man. Because I'm only able to obviously get 1 TM for Earthquakes. So having a second Earthquaker based on level up was really good. Oh no, yeah. I still have a lot of encounters actually. I haven't even really been taking them. Let me show you what I got in the box. We have a whole bunch of Pokemon. That's the good news. But Flygon was gonna be really, really good, man. That stinks. Damn. Okay. I don't even know what the next level cap is. I'll look it up. I think Blaine was 58, but I'll set that before, or like at the end of the episode. I have a little document because I looked it all up before the start of this playthrough. What all the level caps were. Again, I'm completely avoiding spoilers on the gym leaders teams, but I had to look up what the level caps were to make sure that I don't break that. All right, here's the box. So we have a Poliwrath, but it is adamant nature, so it has a really bad special attack. But I have Cloyster as well for Blaine, and this Kingler. Interesting. And also, Magcargo would actually be really good against Blaine. Because I have Rock Slide on this Magcargo. So we got a lot of options for Blaine. We're good. Plus, I have quite a bit of encounters. I'll talk about that in a second. First, unfortunately, Flygon has to go to the graveyard, join his buddies. That really stinks. Quick showcase of the graveyard. We lost Marsh Stomp against Lieutenant Surge, of all things. That was unfortunate. And I lost War Turtle against Giovanni. The Giovanni fight for the Silph Scope underneath the game corner. That's where I lost War Turtle. Losing Dugtrio also sucked. That would have been good against Blaine. Although Dugtrio dies to any attack. It just depends if I outspeed and get Okos. But losing Flygon is tough, man. This Flygon actually won me the fight against Lieutenant Surge. I lost Marsh Stomp in that fight, but it was a Trapinch that ended up sealing the deal with Dig. It was crazy. The Diglett that I had, I caught the Diglett one level over the level cap, so I couldn't even bring Diglett against Lieutenant Surge. It was all Marsh Stomp and then Trapinch to finish it off. I had to put Trapinch in the thumbnail for the YouTube video because of the MVP against Surge. So losing Flygon is tough. Yeah, okay. Sorry, I was just reading the comment about seeing the graveyard. Let's make sure I wasn't missing nothing there. So yeah, that's everybody in there. We do still have really, really good options. Sceptile and Charizard, I hope can last all the way till the Elite Four. That's kind of my goals for these two. Because I feel like having a Sceptile, Charizard, and Feraligatr is a very nice Fire, Water, Grass trio with having one starter from each of the first 3 generations. So that's kind of my plan for the Elite Four team would be Charizard, Feraligatr, Sceptile, and then Snorlax, Metagross, and Electabuzz, of course, because that's the starter. Those are really the 6 that I hope to still have available for the Elite Four. But who knows, man. Okay. For now, I'm going to pull Altaria out, because Altaria also has Fly. And let me swap this for the Flygon Sprite. Damn it, man. Okay. Now, with all that being said, this is pretty much the end of both the YouTube episode and the stream today, because I got to get off and I got to get breakfast in me before work. But we'll talk about a couple other things. I do need to adjust the level cap real quick. Or you know what? I'm pretty sure it was 58. I don't remember where that document is on the computer. I'm going to set it to 58. If we come back for the start of the next episode and it says something different, that's why. Also, where should I... Yeah, so let me change this real quick to 58. I remember that 61 was the last gym against Giovanni. I'm pretty sure Blaine was 58. Like 90% positive. Alright, so here's what's going to go down next time. We're going to fight Blaine during the next episode and the next part for YouTube. I don't know how I want to go there. I might surf from Fuchsia. Oh, I still got to talk about other encounters. Or I might take the shorter surf from Pallet. Don't have to decide that today. We'll decide it next time. But in terms of encounters that I still have, so I never did an encounter at Route 10 before entering the rock tunnel the first time, because I thought maybe I'd save it for a water encounter when I got surf later, till I surf down to the power plant. So I saved myself a bonus water encounter there, but there was also grass on Route 10, which we could take an encounter from the grass as well. Or, well, I guess power plant is like a separate route, right? So I could still get an encounter in the power plant, but the power plant's on Route 10, so I don't know how that would be considered. But that's like going into a cave, like, right? That's like going into Mount Moon on Route 4. So we get a power plant encounter. Maybe I go after Zapdos and just buy a shit ton of Ultra Balls, and I have a Master Ball. But I have an Electabuzz, so why would I use Zapdos? Zapdos' moveset in Gen 3 kind of sucks anyway. Obviously, Hurricane's not a thing yet. So I don't know. I mean, we could still go in the power plant for an electric encounter, but again, Electabuzz is my starter. That's got to be my electric type. I'm gonna save Zapdos in case I lose Electabuzz. I'm gonna save the power plant encounter, but I get a Route 10 encounter. Maybe we go do something in the water. I also have not been on to Route 12. I get an encounter there, and Route 13. Oh wait, these are all different routes? Really? Okay, so we get an encounter on Route 10. That's 1. And then 12, 13, 14, and 15. So that's 5 encounters. Plus, I have not gone in the water yet down here. So 19 and 20. And this is 21. No, I got an encounter on 21 because I fished up the Cloyster from Pallet Town. But did that count as 21 or Pallet Town? Hold on. I still have a lot of encounters left. But with that being said, that's the rest of the map basically, besides Victory Road and the route leading up to it. So let me check Cloyster's Met screen here. It might actually say Pallet Town. It does, because you fish from Pallet Town, right? You don't actually surf into the water. obviously it was the beginning of the game. I didn't have Surf. So this was a Pallet Town encounter. Okay, I gotta write this down, actually. I'm not kidding, I'm gonna write this down on paper. I don't know why I'm going to the town map. I could just use this. Okay, so Route 10 up here, and then 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm not gonna do these today. I'm gonna save them for next time. And then I already got an encounter on 18 and 17 and 16. Yeah, Snorlax was on 16. I think I failed the encounter on 17 and actually on 18. I'm pretty sure. I tried to like damage the Pokemon before throwing Pokeballs, and I KO'd them both. So I actually didn't get encounters on there. But then we got Poliwag in the Safari Zone, so I did not surf onto Route 19 yet, or 20, or 21. And then I did get an encounter on 22 at the beginning of the game, so 23 we get one, and Victory Road. And Power Plant, I guess. And Mansion. Whatever. And Seafoam. Okay, so there's actually still a lot of encounters. And Seafoam. Those are the rest of the routes, though. So Seafoam, Power Plant, Mansion. And I can get Aerodactyl as like my Cinnabar Island encounter. Because that's a static. And different from the Mansion. And then 23 in Victory Road. Okay, so there's still a lot more encounters to go in this game. Although, if I don't lose the 6 members that I want to use against the Elite Four, those are still the 6 I'm going to bring regardless. So Metagross, Electabuzz, Feraligatr, Snorlax, and then Altaria and Umbreon get replaced by Charizard and Sceptile. That's my plans for the Elite Four. Let me take this leftovers off Umbreon, by the way, and just put them on Snorlax. So, hopefully I can keep those 6 Pokemon for the Elite Four again, but if any of them go down, we'll have to find somebody else to swap. And there's a very high chance of that, but again, we'll get there when we get there. For now, I gotta save. Not bad, though. We got 6 badges. And I really don't even have to hit that many rare candies in between episodes. Maybe I don't even do it at all, actually. Because if we're really just going 53 to 58, that's only 5 rare candies per Pokemon. But you know what? I'm probably going to put everybody at 55 in between recordings. Just to save a little bit of time when we come back. Because all the Pokemon in the box are still at like 50. So I think I'm going to elevate everybody to 55. Come back, you know, in between episodes. Come back for the next recording. And we'll have 3 levels to play with. But I guess if I do Blaine first, we could check out Seafoam after. But honestly, I'm probably going to do Seafoam first. And Blaine after. But again, we'll see. We also have to do Mansion. And we have to go to the Sevi Islands. So maybe I don't rare candy at all. And just allow these guys to fight. Because they'd probably all gain like 3 levels naturally. And then we just top off before Blaine. Alright. I'm going to cut things off for the YouTube side of things here. So this is going to do it for part 8 in the YouTube playlist. Therefore, anybody that is seeing this in the future on YouTube, thank you very much. I appreciate the support. And I hope you enjoyed the video. And also, I hope that you have a good rest of your day, wherever you go after seeing this. Alright? Catch you on the next one. Peace.